Good evening, everyone. We'll start in a minute. Let few more people join and then we'll start. So today we will not wait for 8-10 minutes. We'll start in few minutes. I thought that it would be better that to respect those who have joined instead of waiting for more people to come in. The time is 8. We have already discussed it. So keeping in mind the people who have joined on time and respecting their time, I'll start in few minutes. Okay, so I welcome you all again in Full Circle Trader. I really like that so many people have joined yesterday and they have come up with their questions. So I encourage you guys to just ask questions that will keep the momentum in the video going, and I would also be engaged while describing the charts. So I really like when people ask questions. So if you have your stocks ready, you can just go ahead and ask them. So let's start the analysis for tomorrow. We have this small range bar today. So it looks like that prices remained in a small range if we compare it with yesterday's heavy selling. So again, if you remember, I have mentioned that this 200 period moving average, although it doesn't work as an actual support or resistance, but at times it shows its power, and maybe it is what it is doing right now. So yesterday, when there was a huge selling in the market, the prices at the end of the session closed somewhere around, give or take, on the 200 period moving average. And today, it started from 200 average and then it just moved back up. If we just look at the 60-minute time frame, I have mentioned it yesterday that when you have strong bars, wide range bars, they leave very almost zero to no support resistance in the other direction. So maybe because of that, prices did reverse back. They have shown the short-term rally, and they have just closed at the declining 20 MA on 60 MA. So no doubt that moving averages are playing their part and saving our money. So overall, if I can say that India VIX is still in the 20 plus zone, so which is not a very good thing. And maybe we have seen the short term rally, but that doesn't mean that we should change our bias. We will not change the bias until the prices will give a closing above the 20 MA. That's a first thumb of rule that we should follow even as a price action trader, because maybe they are kind of consolidating or creating a base at the current levels, but let the price tell us that where exactly it wants to go, and based on that we will take our trade. So a small bar here, and maybe it's a kind of profit booking. We have seen that yesterday US markets have shown the similar kind of price action. Maybe it has our market is showing the same kind of impact here. So overall, we still bearish in Nifty, and anything that tell us that prices are ready to move down, we will take that opportunity to go short in the market. So far, if you have any questions related to this, please ask. And if you have any stocks, just keep them posted in the comment box and I will definitely take them. So with that, let's just move on to the Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty again, just below the resistance area, we have seen this bar here. Let me just mark it for you. So we have this failure bar here, this red bar, and then we are seeing a kind of basing just below the resistance area. So over the years, with my experience, I can tell you that whenever prices consolidate just below the resistance or just above the support area, that kind of is trying to create a launch pad to give a breakout in the same direction. So maybe what is happening right now, that we have seen this momentum move to the upside, and now we are seeing a consolidation is preparing for the measured move to the upside. So it would be something like this. So if we get a good breakout here which will clear the resistance, then definitely we will buy Bank Nifty. And Bank Nifty, if we just compare it with Nifty, is somewhat relatively showing relative strength in this particular market. Even on the 60-minute time frame, we do not have any strong resistance before 39,300. So this is the first point of reference, and then we have 39,500, which is the second point of reference for us. And if they both clears tomorrow, let's say prices gap up and they both get clear, then we'll go long in Bank Nifty. So that is what is happening right now. Both Nifty and Bank Nifty are somewhat not correlated to each other at this point in time. And if we just look at what is happening on the data side, we remember that yesterday we have a huge open interest at 17,200. So, that open interest has been shifted to 17,500. So you can see that 17,500 has, almost 1 crore of, open interest at the moment. And on the put side, we have, 17,000 at, which is around 87 lakhs. So, in my opinion, in Nifty, this 17,000 level, which is somewhere around this area, is really holding, the ground. And the bulls are, not ready. They are not looking ready to leave the 17,000 mark at the moment. So going forward, this is our point of reference and we should keep a mark of it. So let's say if you take a trade based on the 15-minute time frame, then we have 17,000 here. Today prices just dipped once below the 17,000 mark and then they immediately came back up. That shows that this 17,000 level is a point of interest, is a level of interest of buyers. And I think that going forward, they are trying to hold it. And we have this 200 flat 200 period moving average almost at the same level. So the combination of both makes it a strong level for us. So now the question is, what should we do tomorrow? So, if we get a good opening, a gap up opening, which will clear at least the high of this selling day, and then, it remains, it will hold the level, then we will buy above the first 15-minute candle. If that doesn't happen and the first 15-minute candle, gets broken to the downside, then we'll definitely wait for the right pattern to go short in the market. So that's in the Nifty and Bank Nifty. If we just look at what is happening in the US market, so this is the Dow Jones chart, and it looks like a kind of profit booking after so much of bearish market here. But we still have this downward sloping 20 MA that shows that the bears are still very aggressive and active, and they are not ready to just leave it or give the ground to the bulls so easily. This is the S&P 500 and this looks a little bearish than the Dow Jones. This is the small cap index, Russell 2000, again looks very bearish. So US session has opened and this is this trading is being done in the real time. This is what is happening in the US markets as of now. Let's just see a couple of more futures contracts here. So this is the Russell futures. We can see that prices are very bearish, and if the low of this doji bar here gets broken, then probably we will see more downside. And if the US markets will closed in red today, then probably we will see the same impact in our market tomorrow. In such a scenario, if we get a gap up opening, then wait for the right failure pattern to go short in the market. Just keep that in mind. Apart from that, a few more data here. So, this is today's news that September CPI is at 7.41. So this is the retail inflation, and that tells us that the inflation is on the very higher side, much more than what RBI wants to control, what RBI targets in its monthly or quarterly meetings. So this means that the inflation is on the very higher side, and if inflation is high, then RBI is definitely going to raise the interest rates, which will not good for the equity market, and probably in the coming months we will see more bearish kind of scenario building up in the Nifty and Bank Nifty. So that's about in this session here overall. if you have any questions, I'm just waiting for the people to ask question here. So if you have any questions ready, you can, just go ahead and ask it. So what I'll do is I'll wait for couple of minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes for people to join the session, and if they have any questions ready, you can go ahead and ask, and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. Okay, so what we can do is, by the time more people join, let's just analyze few more indices here. So we have this small cap index, right? If you just look at, so prices have moved down, and this down move was somewhere around around 10%, and now the prices have shown the rally back, and exactly at this level, which is, let me just mark it for you, exactly at the minor resistance area, the prices have we have seen the selling again. So this is the area which is around 9,600s. So exactly at the minor resistance area, the prices are moving down. So we have this small bottoming tail bar here next to this selling day, but overall scenario is still bearish. And if you can see, that downward sloping 20 MA and this rising 50 MA is going to confluence, and probably that will give us an idea tomorrow that where exactly the price wants to go ahead, because if the confluence and prices keep moving up, that would be an indication that bulls are gradually gaining the ground here. But if prices returns from after touching this downward sloping 20 MA, that is the indication that maybe bears are still aggressive. And small cap index is a very good indicator which tells us that what is happening in the market, because most of the retail traders take trades in the small cap stocks. They have good holdings in the small cap stocks. So if this market, if this index starts to move down, these retail traders are the first people who just move out of the boat and start selling their portfolios, their holdings in panic. So overall, that creates even more selling scenario in the markets. So just move on to the mid cap. Overall, the same kind of scenario here, no big change. Then we have this Nifty 500, which is kind of broader market index and tells us a nice picture about what is happening overall in the stocks which are listed in NSE. So again, prices have returned from the minor resistance area, and we have seen the selling yesterday. Now this selling in Nifty 500 tells us that there was across the board selling, and most of these stocks have got the hit in the market. Then we have this we have Nifty IT index here. So Nifty IT looks like it is forming a kind of rounding bottom here, and it's a multi-month bottom. It started in the month of September and it is still going on. Maybe it is kind of preparing the ground for the bulls, and we may see some sort of upside momentum in this index from here. Then we have pharma. So pharma is looking probably negative to the sideways momentum is showing in this index. Good rally here, and then prices move down and they close below this flat to downward sloping 200 MA, so which is not a very good symbol. Now it is just above the 50 MA, so we might see some kind of reaction here, and then prices may show some kind of strong momentum to either side. Then we have Nifty Auto, which is kind of creating a base after breaking this support area here. So not good, it looks bearish. Then we have Nifty Realty, again bearish. This is FMCG. So FMCG is particularly known as a defensive sector, and overall if you can see that prices are below this rising 50 MA, so not a good sign for the FMCG sector as well. It looks like a broad distribution kind of pattern building up in FMCG, so maybe we see more selling in this sector. Then we have commodities, which is bearish. Oil and gas, it is even the most bearish sector is at the moment is oil and gas, maybe because of what is happening in Russia and Ukraine. Because of that, this sector overall has got the hit here. Then we have the healthcare. So healthcare again, taking support from rising 50 MA, but after this nice rally to the upside, which has cleared all the nearby resistance here. So this was first resistance, then we have the resistance here. So it has given a very sharp rally to the upside, prices moved up, and now sharp selling, and this is like more than 80% of this rally has been taken out. So that is not a good sign, and if it creates a kind of support here and moves back up, probably it will repair all this damage which it has done. Otherwise we may see more selling if other broader market indices like Nifty 200, mid cap, Nifty 500 start to see the overall downside momentum. So with that, we have almost covered all the sectors along with Nifty and Banknifty. I have shown you what is happening in the US markets, what is happening on the option chain front. So still I haven't received any questions. So I think let's just wrap up the session here. And if you have any questions in your mind, even if you watch it post the live session, you can just comment those questions in the comment section, and I would be happy to answer those. So with that, let's just wrap up the session and catch you soon tomorrow. Have a happy trading. Take care. Good night.